Hello everyone, welcome to the next video of C programming. In this video, we'll learn one of the interesting concept of C programming, that is string. Now, what is string actually? In the previous videos, we have learned something about array. So that array can be of integer type, can be of double type, can be of float type, and can also be a type of character. Now, this group of characters are actually treated as string. Okay, so that means in the background, if you'll try to understand what is character array, the same concept is also applied for string. Okay, but even if character array is present, then what is the need of string? That is what actually we are going to discuss in this video. Okay, so first of all, let us see what is actually the difference between a character array and one string through example. Now, whenever you are declaring a character array, you are declaring one character array of 30, but as per our discussion, you have to declare a size. You have to declare one index to take the input. Okay, so first you are asking the user enter the size of the array, means how many characters are actually want to store. So whenever someone will give you the input, that you will store in the size variable. Okay, now what we will do, we will go for input of array. So how to give input? You have to start from the index 0. You are dependent on the size variable, then plus plus. You are asking the user every time that enter the value. Value in the sense enter the character at a one time. Okay. So the user is able to give the input one character at a time. Okay. This is how you will take the input. Okay. Now, whenever you will display the values of the array, you have to take the help of again the loop, because from starting index till the last, you have to print by using the loop. Okay. Now you have to printf percentage %c. I think this is fine, that you have taken the input one by one, you have printed one by one. And also, what is the need of this character array? Because in a single character variable, we can store only a single value. So through character array, we are able to store multiple values. Now, if we'll declare the array, suppose we have taken the size of the character array is 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the index will be allocated. So we are starting from index 0. When the loop will start, 0 less than 5, true. So whatever the value will give the input, it will go to the starting location. So suppose it will come here S. Okay. Now whenever index plus plus, index will become 1, 1 less than 5. Whatever the value, it will come here, then here, then here, then here. So I have given 5 characters here. Okay. And one character at a time whenever the index value is changing. Okay. Now, whenever you are printing the values, again, we are dependent on the index. You are starting from 0. You will go till the last. One by one character, I am going to print. This is my character array. Okay. Now, as you have understood, let us execute this one. Okay. So I am asking for, so SAMS. What happened? Now, there is a problem whenever you will take regular character values in C programming. So you have to give a space here in scanf so that the buffer will not be full. Okay, so this is a logical error. Normally, whenever you will execute any program and you will take multiple characters as input, okay, so you have to give a space here so that the buffer will be empty. Okay, compile and execute. Previously, whenever I have given the size as 6, it has taken 3 characters, because for every character, now the next will be filled as buffer. So maximum 3 value it has taken. But while giving space, it will go for 6 times. Okay, now see the values are this one. Okay, but what actually you have experienced here, now one by one character value I have to give input, one by one character value I have to store, one by one character I can access. Now coming to string. Now whenever you are dealing with string, we have told that string is nothing but it's a character array. So the declaration will be same like character array. Okay, now whenever you will take input, you have to write printf enter string. The first thing, loop is not required. Scanf. Here the format specifier will be percentage %s. And you have to only write down the string name. Clear? Similarly, while displaying the values, again percentage %s, you have to write down the string name only. Okay. Now just see the difference. Here you are taking the input for the size, then you are writing the loop to take input one by one. Again you are using the loop to display the value. Here only a single statement to take the input, only a single statement to print the values. How it is being done. Okay, so let us analyze, then we will write down or execute the code so that you can understand. Now whenever you are declaring a particular string or character array, obviously some blocks of characters or blocks of memory will be given. Okay, which will range from up to 29. Okay, now whenever you are asking enter string, so this percentage %s is the format specifier which can accept one input word by word. So you can at a time give a single word as input. In character array, you can give only a single character as input, but in string, you can directly give one word. And suppose the word you have given, like suppose here it is um, anything, string. Okay, done. So whenever you are giving the input word string as input, I need to store. So where to store? So you are writing what? The array name or the string name. Now in the previous video of our array and pointer, we have discussed that the array name holds what? The base address or the starting address is defined. Okay. Now here, if the starting address is 1000, every block is capable of storing one character of 1 byte. So this will be 1001. This will be 1002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and continue. Okay. Now what you are mentioning here, you are mentioning the base address, that is 1000. That means we are giving the instruction this particular word needs to be stored from this starting location. Okay. So internally what will happen? Every character, one by one character will be stored in a single memory block. Okay, sequentially from where you have specified the address. Automatically, the compiler will store the value. Okay, now how to know that this is the end? So there is a special character or null character will be stored at the last index. After the storing of value, after that automatically one null character. Okay, one null character that is known as a /0 within single quote. Okay, that null character will be automatically will be stored. Why? Because that will represent end of my string or end of my value. Okay, now after storing the value, I need to print the values of string is percentage %s. Percentage %s means again you are specifying the base address. That means 1000 you are specifying. So from 1000 location, automatically one by one character will be printed or fetched. So S, T, R, I, N, G. After that, it will encounter null character. Whenever it will encounter null character, it will realize now string is over. Okay, so it will ignore everything from that null character. This is what the beauty of my string concept. Now to operate a string, you need to only use the format specifier percentage %s in place of percentage %c. So whenever you are going for the concept of string, this loop is not required to take the input one by one, or while printing also the character by character printing is not required. Okay, so let us save this file. Okay, so previously you are entering a single character. Now I'll enter directly the string. Okay, so this is better than array of characters because one by one character we don't need to deal. We can access word by word. But one more thing also available here. Okay, let us execute this one once again. So it is asking for string. So I'm writing Sam space sir. Now it is giving you only the first word. Okay, I have told you that whenever in string we can give only a single word as input. But here whenever space is encountered, it will consider that as a null character. So it will not access anything or it will not store anything after space. Now here is the problem, how to access multiple words. Okay, to access multiple words, here you have to just change something. You have to write this one. Okay, within bracket *n. *n means what? New line. So that means someone till not entering the or not hitting the enter key, whatever the input is given, you accept it. Okay, so now suppose you are giving the input like Sam space sir. So what will happen? From the beginning of the location S, A, M, after the space is also a character value, so it will be stored, then I, then R, after that null character. So that means here I'll press enter. So till I am not entering enter or not pressing the enter key, whatever the characters I am writing, everything will be stored in the string. Okay. Now let us execute this one. But while printing, this format is not required because you are providing the static address. From that to null character, it is going to print. Only this is required whenever you are taking the input. So let us execute. See, the, till I have not pressed the enter key, everything is considered and stored in my string. Okay, so this is what actually the difference between my character array and string. Okay, so if anyone will ask you why actually string is required, now this is required to represent and manipulate the textual data easily. Okay, and also someone will ask what is the need, because you can deal with character array, but this is completely different from character array with respect to storing value, with respect to accessing value. And the best part is it will end with the null character only to represent this is the end of the string. Okay, if you see the syntax, that you have to declare with char data type, the string name and the size you have to specify, and whenever you will print, you have to use the format specifier percentages. Also, for multiple one, you can use differently. This is what the example you have to enter and you have to print. Already we have seen through the example. Okay. So through this video, what we have learned? We have learned why actually string is required and how it is different from the character array. Okay, everything you can do by using character array can also be done easily or in a better way by using string, because you are not dependent on the size of the array, you are not dependent on a particular loop, so that one by one character you have to store. You can directly store a single word or a particular line. Okay, so in our next video we'll write some more programs by using string concept. Okay, so thank you everyone for watching this video.